The more we study the universe, the more we realize that it is amazingly designed for life on Earth. Some may say that it's just a coincidence and we got really lucky. Could there be another explanation? My name is Jonathan de Beer, and I'm part of the team at Ratio Christi in South Africa. And Ratio Christi is a Latin name meaning the reason for Christ. And we work with university and high school students to encourage and strengthen their faith in Christ by helping them understand why they believe in Christianity. And you can check out our website at ratiochristi.co.za, and also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. This is the third video in answering the question, does God exist? And in the first video, we looked at the fact that the universe has a beginning, and that points to the existence of God. And in the second video, we looked at how amazingly fine-tuned the universe is for life to happen here on Earth, which points to the existence of God. Not only is the universe finely tuned, but life itself strongly suggests that there is a designer in the universe. How so? The development and advances in science have allowed us to develop machines that can not only examine things on a large scale, but can look into the tiniest parts of the individual cells that make up our bodies. Scientists use electron microscopes to do this research. And what scientists have discovered is extraordinary, that all living things, plants, mammals, fish, birds, insects, human beings, have DNA in their cells. DNA is the biological system that carries all the information about how a living thing will look and function. DNA is like the body's instruction manual. Think of an engineer. When she wants to build a jet engine, she needs to have all the designs, have done all the calculations, and know which materials are needed to make it. DNA contains all the information that governs every aspect of your body from head to toe. DNA makes sure that all these things are in the right place, doing what they are meant to do, so that you don't end up with an ear under your foot, for example. Not only does DNA hold detailed design and building information, but it is able to store mind-blowing amounts of this information. We may think that a modern hard drive can store a lot of information, but DNA is much smaller and can store far more information. People are even now having competitions to see how much information they can store on DNA. A single living cell has enough information to store about the same amount of information that we would find in about 1,000 volumes of encyclopedias. And this information is not just random characters and words, but coded messages, like an instruction manual. It contains the instructions to make proteins, which build all the different types of cells. It even has error-correcting chemicals, a storage system, transportation system, communication system, and even a waste removal system. Every cell in your body is essentially like a little city, and this is the case for other living things as well, since they are also made up of cells and also have DNA. DNA is a game changer in terms of the study of the origin of life, because we know that information always comes from a mind. Think about it. If you came across this information on the beach, would you think that the waves and wind produced this information? No. If you saw that, you would know that some person with a mind wrote it in the sand. And in the same way, if you were digging in the ground and you found this clay tablet, you would think that somebody in the past was here communicating something. And this is exactly what archaeologists do when excavating ancient ruins. And what about if we discovered the instruction manual to make cookies from the time of ancient Rome? Does this come from a mind? What about if we discovered the instruction manual to build the Egyptian pyramids and it was written in a language we initially couldn't understand, like hieroglyphics. Does this come from a mind? When we see information, we know there was a mind behind it. So what do we do when we are confronted with the amazing information system that governs all life, DNA? It seems reasonable to conclude that there is a mind behind that information system as well. And this overwhelming appearance of design points us to the existence of God, the creator of the universe.